like it's a minor injury.
All I'm looking for in this game is for LGD, if you want to swap anything up, have some tower pressure. They team wiped Liquid in their base, bottom lane, right? They couldn't finish the tier 2 because they have a Morphling, no ultimate up on win range, and all of a sudden the tower pressure disappears.
So one of Matuma Man's heroes.
Looks that way.
Shrek.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure where I was going with that sign. I was like, what? Shrek? 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shrek 3-1. That's what he's basically saying, I think. Where do we think this is going? We think we might get all 5 here, Cod?
Oh, no.
I think it's
It's got a high
5.
percentage, isn't it?
If it's not 5, I think it's LGD 3-1.
Okay.
They look like they're just a bit more on top here, but we'll see.
All
I
right,
think more likely it's 5 games.
I don't care if we're in Russia. That's not a salute. No, I'm just saying. Some better form to that.
Into the third draft we go.
So
game number 3.
what are we looking at? Bounty Hunter still banned.
Yep.
Axe Nyx.
Yep.
IO Prophet.
Same as
Sanking.
game 2. For Liquid.
Sanking, yeah, but LGD put the Sanking ban in, so that's the
Which
main
is what they had
change.
in the first game, if I remember rightly. Yeah, they had IO, Fury, and Sank in game 1.
You know what? Hero maybe was playing at the start of the group stage, which they were winning with a lot too, which I want to see come back. Fly to Moon's hero. Leshrac.
Oh, yeah, I was going to
that's-
bring that up.
that's
That was
been missing,
totally
hasn't it?
ignored.
Like,
Yeah.
it completely ignored in all
Nyx-
4 team drafts.
Nyx is banned, too.
He was like one of the first people to bring Leshrac into this tournament, and they've just been ignoring it. Yes!
There
Thank
we
God!
go.
Goodness.
Good call.
I mean, I certainly like that a hell of a lot more than the Morph first pick.
Yep.
Also, is this LGD's 3rd game as first pick? Am I crazy?
You are crazy because Liquid first picked Skywrath
yeah,
in game 1.
you're right. That means
2
okay.
in a row.
So that just means LGD probably won this coin toss. Liquid won the first.
Okay.
Because, of course, in the
Does it
BL5,
not-
there's 3
Yeah, but does
coin
it not
tosses.
alternate?
No.
Oh, there's an extra coin toss
It's
after
like,
2.
oh,
is there?
yeah, we got to flip a coin every time, you know.
Oh,
Some more
I
Skywrath
genuinely didn't
Mage
know
versus Celestrak and Doom instead of... oh, Sand King was banned.
Okay. Back to the Fly to Moon meta from these
Indeed.
two teams. Lesh, Doom.
I think they're going to love you calling this the FTM meta now. That's We've just named it after them. I think they've done so well at this event that they finished 3rd place, and they had the meta named after them.
Well, the first 2 games, you know, they were like the Morph games.
Yeah.
That was not so much the FTM games, but this game 3 is looking like teams are like, we got to do something different. What else has worked? Okay, what were Fly to Moon playing?
I mean, you'd have to think that, you know, Liquid, LGD, very talented
Clock,
teams.
Well, yeah, they played some of that as well.
Been strong for quite some time. And FTM, like, I love them. They're a great squad, but I don't think that they match up against these teams, like, in the long term. You know, this was just their patch, their meta, and I think these teams recognize it. Like, why is this team that has, where have they been all year, right? But now today, they seem to be our equals. Like, they must know something we don't.
Yep.
And LG's picked Clock, so,
They've lost game 3.
yep.
All right.
It's very early to pick this here. I would have preferred to see like a Chen or something. I guess you're picking... I think Chen Lesh is fine because the Lesh is flexible between the core and support role.
I mean, it depends on the way they want to run this. I'm just not a believer in core clock. It feels like you hit like 20, 25 minutes and you just fall off. Your damage output disappears. They have 4 staffs and BKBs, and you just kind of... it's like Wally.
Yeah, this is a team that's playing more of the FY full position clock. And then the Leshrac, it's also been either FY or typically maybe more often than in the mid lane.
It's been played 11 times during the EPICENTER XL. It's 54.5% win rate on the clock.
Okay.
Slark banned. Even though they have the Doom, just demonstrates the level of respect Liquid have for that hero.
Ancient Apparition looks pretty strong here.
For LGD?
Yeah, combination of the clockwork as well as against the Doom, even amplifying Leshrac's damage.
Yep, I would agree.
I just wonder if they want to leave the Lesh open to still be a support for now. And kind of have it be that flex pick until you see a bit more of what Liquid's doing. I guess they're going to 3rd pick now anyways.
Yeah, I think you can definitely take a core with your 3rd pick if you're LGD.
Yes.
Just something easy. Like just the Chalice hero, really. I'd like to see Clock just guaranteed to be 4 or 5 this game. I think X-Nova's fine playing it as well if necessary. Lesh Clock, not a bad duo. But I think you want the AA for sure if you get a good game for it. Especially with Fury and Nyx out of the pool. Very little left to hunt it. Well, that's alright at doing so. I haven't seen anyone but Fly to Moon pick this hero, though. I mean, they really are inventing the meta.
Secret.
Secret's
true, yeah, I
irrelevant
forgot.
at this tournament.
Yeah. Secret were the first, and they were getting banned, but here we go. PL. So they pick a core. It's not the maybe offlaner Chalice we expected, but it's a safe laner.
Hey, what if this breaker's a core?
I think that means Liquid lose.
Let's fly the moon. Though.
No, it's it's possible to run as a 3 position, but then you're looking at what 4 position Doom, 5 Skyrock. That sounds.
Let's just shuffle them up one.
I think we'll see what Kuro Spirit Breaker.
Yeah,
that makes
more
more
than
sense.
likely.
PL very good against the Doom. Also doesn't if you're getting charged, you can doppelganger to dodge that stun. So looking like a good PL game as long as you don't get silenced by a Sky. Get a Manta to kind of get rid of that if you even need to. So I do like the PL pick here, even though there is still 2 Liquid picks to respond to it.
You can maybe avoid here? Is that a thing?
You don't. You just have Void Sky.
Yeah.
What's the Matu here?
I would like it more if you could pump some more damage in, because without that, this Phantom Lancer is still going to run amok.
Could they go like a Maelstrom Viper type game? Use that to deal with the PL lane against the Leshrac potentially?
If they secure themselves, maybe Viper or Lina or something like that, then I think Void maybe becomes more acceptable.
Oh, you have a lot of options. This is the hard pick when you're second pick. It's just what core do you take? It sort of defines your draft. You got to leave yourself open to make your 10th pick value. So, okay.
Yeah.
It's funny how this hero used to be thought of as like being countered by PL, but now that the Radiance build is meta, it seems to be a favorite just to deal with it. And obviously very good against Lesh and Clock. Those heroes do almost nothing.
I like a lot for Liquid because both their cores also play the hero, so they can be kind of flexible with their last pick.
Yep.
Can be a hero for either of those players based on what LGD are getting.
You have a bunch of delivery options. You have nice setup for your Skywrath now. And as you said, I think both Miracle and Matupperman play it excellent. So it's a really solid choice here. LGD. I think you want to. Do you core this Lush? You think? I think you do.
I think so too. Play Clockwork 4, get your... I mean, it doesn't matter which order you pick here too much. You can get your mid first and you have a ban to protect it if you are worried about it getting... Well, sorry, we think that they already have their mid with the Lesh, so... AA is a bit less appealing with the Lifestealer picked up. Perhaps you're looking at some kind of BKB piercing disable.
Maybe a Beastmaster here.
Ooh. I like that.
Really solid Chalice hero. I think that's what you'd like to go for here, unless you have some core that you think might be banned. I think you need to match the tempo. You need another core that like, deals damage, something to boost this PL's effectiveness. I think PL has to be ahead of this game, where you're going to have issues dealing with, the fire from Doom, Lifestealer Radiance, really low damage Clock on your team. I just don't like Clock. The draft just looks weird with that hero involved. I feel like you need to activate it somehow, but it's so difficult to do so. Yeah, there it is.
Is Beastmaster. So activates the PL, not so much the Clockwork necessarily, but does put Clockwork into the 4 position role /5. We're a lot happy with that. They could still run theoretically FY Leshrac and Nova on Clockwork if they want to get a mid as their last pick, but whatever they get, Liquid do have a response to.
I like this just because it increases the tempo, the pace they can play with. Another hero that allows them to control vision. Super strong against the Lifestealer, Spearbreaker, Doom, Sky. Like, they all have very low armor. They take a ton of damage from axes and creeps.
Yep. There's some good stats. Leshrac, 11 and 4 as a core, 7 and 10 as a support.
Yeah.
Thanks, Naz.
I really
Not
like
here in
it.
person, but here in spirit.
I think you keep it a core. It's just super strong for maybe, and I think a support Lash, like you just feed to a Lifestealer Spearbreaker in like 3 hits. But a core Lash, you can go this Yules, you can interrupt the charge very easily. Eventually you get like a Bloodstone, a BKB. You're a core, and you're an excellent Doom Soak. Any hero you'd pick here that would really influence the game, is going to be even more susceptible to Doom.
Yeah, we saw like FTM put it onto the support, and that was when it was hard countered. There was like a Nyx, there was like a couple other heroes that countered it as well, and you're just like, well, it needs to be moved over because they just counter-picked it with 2 or 3 of their heroes.
No one's picking it as a support, so those stats that came up are valid, but they have an asterisk next to them.
They are going to do support less, though.
Yeah.
Death Prophet.
I'm okay with that.
It's still the fast-paced game, so it's tempo. You're going to kind of synergize very well with this Beastmaster as far as being able to take a lot of early towers, objectives, and put
50
Liquid on the back
damage
foot.
talent, level 10.
Not bad.
It's a bit messy, though, isn't it?
It is, but
Feels a bit disjointed.
This left
I don't think
Beastmaster lane
so.
is very strong.
yeah, I think, exactly. That's the thing we're not recognizing is just how powerful the Lesh Beast lane is going to be. Like, you just spam spells, and Lifestealer is going to feel a lot of pressure. Even Skywrath, it's like a 500 health hero. You really can't stand in this lane. And Death Prophet does so much for the draft. Super strong against all these strength heroes. And wow. I don't know.
All right, then. Let's do it all again, shall we? The Invoker Miracle is back for a second game. After not being shown at all.
The Lifestealer will be able to deal better with that aggro than the Phantom Lancer will. Sky Doom. I think Sky Doom might actually have better harassment potential.
Both carries are likely to struggle.
Yeah, and I think Lifestealer recovers better from that, I guess. That's literally my only argument
I look at
for Liquid.
the Death
at this
Prophet
point.
is going to be able to create more space than Invoker does.
Yeah.
Like, you look at what the mids then offer. If both carries are going to struggle, well, Death Prophet's going to be forcing towers, playing as a 4-man unit, creating space for PL, while Invoker, he's trying to farm. Lifestealer needs to farm to catch up, and I don't think Liquid have a good space creator.
You have 3 super farm-dependent heroes on Liquid. No natural tower pressure. You have a Spirit Breaker to really provide vision. That's about it. I think that LGD has just far easier win conditions. They can do Roche much easier, and it's not the same Invoker game. LGD gets this one.
All right. Well, we're going to go down the line very quickly just to confirm. Cat, LGD, Liquid?
LGD.
Okay. Same for Kyle?
Same.
Same.
Full on once with the Invoker. You're not going to pull him twice.
There is some sort of Invoker saying, I think, like that. So our team of panelists have all gone with LGD for game number 3. Let's head back to the arena with your commentary team of Admiral Bulldog and ODPixel.
Thank you very much, Paul. And yeah, we've got another Miracle Invoker game, but the panel, they didn't seem as confident as they were in it in the game beforehand. Do you sort of agree that trying to maybe pull the Miracle Invoker trick a second time in a row might not have quite the same effect against LGD?
Kind of surprised they're doubting Miracle Invoker after that game. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Certainly did have a pretty incredible performance with it in game 2. But it's sort of, as the panel said, it's a very different situation this time around. He doesn't have the Drow aura for one. He does have a lot of sort of, make things happen. The heroes are on his lineup. He has like the Kuroki Spirit Breaker, who will be able to look for sort of those early plays to potentially set up for maybe even more Sunstrikes than they were able to find early on in the second game of the series. But overall, LGD, they have a lot of push. As the panel said, if they get the momentum going with this Beastmaster Death Prophet, they are going to be feeling very strong in the fights. They've got, like the PL, pretty decent in some sort of extent against sort of the earlier stages of the Invoker. If they're able to get the ball rolling, able to sort of duke out a lot of the combo early on and sort of get into the face of Miracle's Invoker. But we'll see how this one plays out as we get stuck into this. Game 3 between LGD and Liquid here at the EPICENTER Major Grand Finals. What are you looking forward to here, Bulldog?
Well, the laning phase is going to be a big deal here, and already they're going aggro on him, and we saw they got 3 runes on LGD already, so they want to start that good start they can get, and 3 runes, the maths is good here.
Absolutely, that extra bit of a gold advantage helping out, but mid lane, Somnus. Gotta be a little careful here. There is a charge coming in upon him. He is going to start to salve up, but of course, Kuro, he'll go in, cancel the salve. Sunstrike comes down. Can they finish off the Gilly Pops? The Verifying the Siphon. In fact, the turnaround play's coming out for Somnus. Kuro, he's got to be careful. He tries for the TP out. He will not make it. X-Nova coming in, that extra bit of damage from the Lightning, enough to make sure that Somnus gets that first blood, and Kuro is punished.
Really important, and yeah, the panel is definitely right here. If LGD gets the momentum here, they got the Beastmaster, they got objectives with the DP. It's going to be pretty scary. But on the same hand, Liquid this time, they have 3 heroes that are really tanky. The Lifestealer, Doom, Spirit Break. If they just go in and create all the space for Invoker, Miracle, he can take over the game. But is it going to get to that point, though? That's the problem. And as you said, he doesn't have draw this time around. And it's just going to be a lot tougher, for sure, this time. However, Lifestealer will have an easier lane.
Sure.
But Beastmaster is no joke either.
No, absolutely not. And we've seen how well Chalice has been able to sort of play these aggressive lanes. And even when left alone, this is very much a hero that can take over the 1v1s. And we'll see how well Matuma Man can withstand against it. As we saw, Matuma have certainly a very tough start to game 2, but he was able to pull it together and come out with some clutch gusts at the end of the game. We'll see what he can do on his Lifestealer. Mid lane FY. For the wraparound onto Miracle, does get the pushback with the cogs, which will set it up beautifully into the follow-up stun from X-Nova. FY. In lane at the same time, Chalice will get taken down, so Liquid looking to make a play themselves. They get the offlaner, but it is LGD getting that mid lane kill and helping opening up the lane a little bit more for their Death Prophet. As at the moment, Somnus is falling a little bit behind, just a few CS behind that of Miracle's Invoker, as Miracle, of course, has sort of had the constant backup at the Skywrath sitting mid, helping him get that early advantage.
We're definitely going to be seeing a lot of fighting this early game. The supports can do a lot of rotation on any lane almost, pretty much, and get kills everywhere. And that's going to be really important, who gets the early start. And as we said, if LGD gets that, they're going to get towers with Death Prophet ult, easy Roche, and if they get the momentum. So these rotations are going to be really important. It's easy to kill pretty much anyone, except maybe the Lifesteal will be rough. And if this Doom also gets a pretty good lane, he's very frustrating to lane against. When he gets 6, and they're gonna... It's fine.
Fine. Keeping himself at a distance with the cogs. And extra efficiency there as well, denying, making sure that GH and Kuro don't get any sort of gold out of that play.
That is why he's a god.
He certainly is.
Yeah, the Doom, he is getting levels, level 4 already. He has got the Centaur creep, not the one you want. You don't have the mana to spend. It's only 50 mana though, but it's not that efficient just yet. And bottom lane.
Doing another bit of an attempt onto Chalice, but he's a Beastmaster, he's got a fair bit of beef. And just a little bit too much for Matuma and Kuro to buy for this time. Top lane, Mind Control. In a bit of trouble here as Arme and X-Nova look to chase him down. Backup is going to be there for Mind Control as he has the Scorched Earth and the presence of GH. Can they finish off the kill? LGD they can. And with the Mango popped, X-Nova, he's going to be able to find the stun onto GH. GH, he's getting chased down. They have lost X-Nova and LGD, but Arme, he's looking to find the kill and he will. Able to get himself involved in both of the takedowns there on this top lane. Very nice for Arme as he's getting pretty much free farm as it seems at the moment. Top of the CS. And getting involved in 2 kills. We can see here Liquid desperately wanting to try and make him pay as Kuro comes in with the charge. Mind Control trying to chase the gap. But Arme's able to get himself back underneath the tower. He'll be safe for now. The same may not be said, though, for Miracle in the mid as FY coming in with the wraparound, has the cogs, trying to close this up with the Battery Assault. Miracle turns with the Cold Snap. FY taking quite a bit of damage here from the tower. Will get himself away in time. Somnus moving in with the Siphon. He wants to finish off the kill with a Fairy Fire. Will keep Miracle alive. Kuro turns towards Somnus. GH coming back in from the top lane. Will allow Liquid to find the kill. X-Nova now sort of surrounded. Stun's going to miss as he doesn't manage to find the connection with Kuro. He has to back up. Turns back in with the Lightning. GH, Kuro, Miracle keep their distance, and this time it's Liquid with the response, able to keep Miracle safe and take down Somnus' Death Prophet.
Classic bait there by Miracle. It's kind of surprising that Somnus does not look at his items. He definitely should have seen that coming. It's something that's always happening. You always need to look at the inventory because it cost him his life, and that's really bad. The laning stage, as always, very important in this game. And Lifestealer just free farming right now. Beastmaster has rotated away.
Another attempt here onto Somnus. Cold Snap into the slow from GH. They've also got the charge inbound from Kuroki. Straight in he goes with the Sunstrike down upon Somnus. It's going to be enough to take him once again out of this middle lane. Liquid perfectly prioritizing, just shutting Somnus down at this start, making sure that it's harder and harder for LGD to sort of build up the sort of pace that they want to play around a strong early game Death Prophet.
Yep, the rotation we were talking about, and it's working out really well. More coming out here.
Straight in underneath the tower onto X-Nova. It's more action for Miracle to get involved in, as Kuro and GH are perfectly babysitting this Invoker in the middle lane and setting up success after success for him.
Yep, the winning condition, you play around it. Very simple Dota, and is he dead?
Oh, FY tries for the cog push from the high ground, but GH keeps the distance. Another axe flies through, but the stick charges will be enough to keep GH alive.
He clicked stick. That's beautiful, beautiful. And yeah, he's not level 6. Getting 6 on every hero here is a pretty big deal. Lightyear's got it already, so he's pretty safe until Beastmaster gets 6. He's on level 5. Once he gets 6, he can easily rotate mid, get a kill. Same with Doom. When he gets 6, this PL is under threat constantly. So getting 6 is a big deal right now. And getting on kills on every lane.
Yeah, as it is that all cores really getting the farm that they would hope for at this stage, as we can see. No one really falling too far behind. Sort of the slight one being Somnus a little bit on the CS, and obviously more so in the terms of the other sets of it. They try and open up on top. In fact, Mind Control looks for the Doom onto the PL, but FY next over there to back up Arme, and it's going to be Mind Control falling. Miracle will try for the Sunstrike, but it's not going to be on point, as he should survive here. Only just, though. Arme living through that first use of the Doom as well. This is great news for LGD.
Trying with the Sunstrike, missing there, but yeah, he got level 6. Tried to go for the kills, something he always do with Doom. But LGD recognized this. Probably the PL making that call that he's almost hitting 6, making sure the supports are there, baiting out that Doom. Now he doesn't have it either, so PL can freely farm now, not feeling that threat of Doom, because he has a really long cooldown. And he decides to go bottom now to pressure Life Sealer, probably to time it out with the Beastmaster ult here. Maybe they can try to go for a kill.
Absolutely, because as it is so far, both Matumbaman and Arme sitting in pretty similar positions in terms of sort of farm out at the back of this laning stage. If they could offset it, that would be fantastic for LGD. Bottom, they do put the Roar out. Arme's coming across as well. FY getting focus fired down here by GH with the Concussive and the Arcane Bolt. FY will still survive though, and there's the turnaround play. Arme focuses down onto Kuroki. They don't necessarily get the Lifestealer kill with that Roar, but they are able to keep their team safe. Find at least a pick-off of sorts for LGD.
Gotta save FY there, and they just want to get towers as fast as possible. So getting rid of the Nikes there, he TP his top to avoid that lane. PL will now pressure the lane, get that tower, make it smaller, the map smaller for Liquid as soon as possible, so they can keep going for this objective. And
Control.
They
have got TP backup coming in. Chalice trying to juke them out here in the tree line. Matumbaman looking to chase him down, but X-Nova goes for the stun, but the Rage is out in time. Matumbaman fights through, takes down Chalice. More TPs, I was going to say, looking to come in, but FY will cancel it as he realizes he doesn't really want to fight into the 3 of Liquid here, with his Beastmaster already going down up top.
Middle lane, pretty even in net worth. Every role basically has almost identical net worth. So very close game right now.
It really
they want to
is.
defend bottom. Doom, a good hero to do that with.
Hasn't got the ult for another 10 seconds though here, Mind Control. But will be able to scare Arme off away from the tower. As Arme, for sure, is going to be keeping track of that sort of Doom timing and knows that the ult will be back up very, very shortly.
They probably don't want to give away top tower either, so they should go defend that soon. And the clock, it's almost minute 10 now, so clock is going to get 6 from that, get the book. Hooking the Miracle at this point is going to be a kill. He's probably going to go 4-step as well to counter that clock. That was a good choice. And
Control
good rotation.
A lot of trouble indeed. Chalice has the Primal Roar already, heads straight in. A kill and what will soon shortly be a tower as well on this bottom lane for LGD.
Yep. Smoking always around an objective, really important. Getting a kill so you can get a tower as well. Invis.
That's going to save him.
Kuroki, best support in the world.
Where's the detection? Not expecting these sort of early Invis runes to outsmart them.
Not buying detection against PL, questionable. That is old PL, by the way, in case you forgot that.
Oh, that's true, yeah, back in 6 point whatever it was. Good old PL, well actually no, not good old PL, that was the old Radiance PL that was quite a nightmare to play against. Mid lane, Miracle. Does get caught out by the cogs, but he gets the Ghost Walk out and reaction's going to be there for him. So LGD will back off. Kuro will indeed cancel his charge there, not wanting to dive underneath the tower. Same time though, top lane, the sort of chaos and attention that Liquid draw towards the middle allows the space for Matumba and Mind Control to get in on top of the PL, and no backup to be there this time for Arme, so they get the kill with the Doom usage this time round.
Yes, and the game is way more even this time around. No one's winning this laning stage right now.
Nice little touch there from X-Nova. Holding back the Space Cow.
Space Cow getting the ult's going to be good. They don't have the greatest setups for Sunstrike right now, so they need the Spear Breaker to get some levels.
It's all on Kuro's setup for sure. Mid lane FY, he's level 6.
There we go. Yeah, just like we said, and he hooks in and he misses.
Ooh.
That is a kill if he hits that.
It is a little bit off the mark there, FY, expecting Miracle to step back that a little bit further.
I'm going to revoke that God status on FY from that.
He's down to a demigod. Doesn't quite have the same sort of ring to it,
Sounds
Miracle.
right.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got the God title though.
There we
He's got
go.
it.
There's a new god in town. Now mid lane Kuro charges in. Mystic Flare from GH not doing quite enough to bring down FY. In fact, they're going to lose Spirit Breaker themselves. We're on to Miracle. Buyback coming through from Kuroki. Wants to keep this fight going, and Miracle able to finish off Somnus. They managed to get 2 kills there in quick succession. As Liquid as the full 5-man now in mid. We'll look to maybe put a bit more pressure onto this tier 1 tower. It's nearing half health. Miracle getting involved in these sort of key kills to keep himself ahead of Somnus' Death Prophet at this early stage of the game.
Yeah, Liquid recognizing how important these early fights are, but all these games so far. So Kuroki just buys back, doesn't end up doing anything, but it's so cheap.
Yes.
You might as well just do it, just in case. Could have led to more, it didn't, but they get the tower now at least. And Lifestealer going a Desolator here. It's gonna help them doing Roche a lot.
Yep.
They have pretty poor Roche, so that's definitely gonna help them with that. And it's kind of odd though. You'd think he would go Radiance against the PL, but he decides to go for the Desolator. Definitely for Roche. It's a good help there, and just bursting down the DP here as well.
Oh, next over. He's walked into this one. Matsuma Manakura on the high ground, take him down. Smoke here from Chalice and Somnus. I don't have the Ghost back up, but they do have Roar available. Chalice following up FY as the two of them look to find some action down in spawn lane, but in fact Liquid, they are the ones also grouped up themselves. They're sweeping across, ready and certainly prepared for this sort of play, and will be ready to try and look to fight into it. As they heal up by the shrine, they are going to get the eyes onto the Beast Mud, but Chalice gets the Roar out in time. Mystic Flare is going to be off the mark as it's dropped straight down onto an illusion. FY pops the cogs, trying to push them back, but Matsuma Man, he's got the slow onto Chalice, focuses down the Beastmaster, and this time the usage of the Primal Roar not resulting in a kill. A failed smoke from LGD comes out as Liquid are more than prepared to react to it.
Yeah, very optimistic by them, trying to dive in there. Oh, hold up.
Kuro. He's going to get play against the Diffusal Blade, recently picked up by Arme as he's got a lot of punch. He's trying to get himself away. In fact, Arme, doppelganger, can he get himself out of this one? Sunstrike! On point from Miracle.
Now
secures the big kill.
Panel, where you at?
They question the Miracle Invoker, but these Sunstrikes, ones like that as well, securing kills that otherwise would have just creeped away from Liquid.
And he doesn't die. Where's the detection right there?
Gets a bit of a clap there from the audience.
I'll give him a clap as well. But yeah, that gank bottom, they don't have the best gank heroes either. Beastmaster, Clock, and Peel, they don't have a lot of damage, especially going at the shrine when people will TP in, and they have a Spirit Breaker. That was so optimistic. Not sure how that was going to turn out for them, what they were thinking, but yeah, they definitely did not expect 3 heroes there. Now the PL has the diffusion at least, so he does a lot of damage now. So, but things are not going the way they want. Really good for Liquid right now. Topping the net worth. He's almost got Desolator. Huge burst with the Spirit Breaker. They go on anyone. Spirit Breaker charge. Ult. Anyone dies from that pretty much.
And again, these movements, this game, being ready each time by Liquid. A quick scan into LGD's jungle will confirm the suspicions of mind control. In fact, he's looking to maybe try and go for this. Straight in he goes with the Doom down onto Somnus. X-Nova holding back him with the stun. They're trying to make Mind Control pay for this, but they're going to lose Somnus for it as the charge comes in from Kuroki, ables them to finish off the kill. Mind Control incredibly tanky. Surely he will go down, and he does, but Kuro comes in with the ult, takes a second. Arme in with the illusion, will find the return, and now GH, he's come a little bit too far all on his own. The Roar from Chalice holds him in place. LGD take down 3 in return for losing 2 of their own.
Yeah, forcing the buyback there as well, or not forcing it, but he decides to go for a buyback again, making sure they don't lose more or maybe get more people. They weren't sure how many people Liquid were committing. And I think Liquid is okay with this. They know who won the game last time. Invoker, of course, and he's doing fine. He's almost at the top. Same time, Lifestealer doing great here as well, so...
Yeah, Matsuma Man having such a better opening to this game than he did last game. And we saw what he was able to sort of pick it up to with the Drow that suffered in the lane. This time around, he's already got the edge early on. He's top net worth on his Lifestealer, as you say, going to be making some some very good timings on these big items, such as the Deso, if he does indeed continue to go for it. So we'll see that he must be very close to having the money for it now. Bottom lane, Chalice. Silenced, mind control, GH heading straight in upon him with a Mystic Flare. They'll find him, return, FY comes in with a hook shot, and LGD, they'll find one in response, and they will find two. Double kill for Somnus.
Life Stealers in him, coming in.
There we go, Xnova tries to stop him with the stun.
Not sure how this is gonna turn out here.
There we go, Somnus. Is there any way he can get himself out of this one? He does have FY coming back through, but with the bash into Sunstrike, way too much damage for Somnus to play his way out of.
Not sure what the clock was doing there. He definitely should have helped him. They saw the Spirit coming way far away. Really bad missing that Sun on left track as well. That letting their core die, and it's really puts LG in a bad, odd position right here because they wanted with this lineup to get the towers. They only got one tower so far. Ideally, they want to get Roche soon, but that's not going to happen. As I mentioned before, this is a really good invoker game because he's got 3 heroes just going in, creating all that space.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really easy for him to cast out his spells, do what he wants, and when you have a player like Miracle getting to choose where he wants to cast spells and not being contested a lot, he's happy about that. He's just got to avoid the clock hook.
And as you've been saying, Matuma with this Desolator pick enabling Liquid to now have the chance to look towards Roshan if they do manage to find the space and time after a successful fight. But mid lane, LGD seeing if they can find some sort of a jump here out the back of this smoke. Have all of the ultimates available. But Liquid are playing careful. Miracle, Kuro, and Matuma Man sticking together. Kuro and Matuma sticking inside one another for now. As Kuro looking for an opportunity to charge on anyone that heads in. Playing around the pit, but the rocket flare comes through from FY. So Liquid probably hold back from trying for a Roche at this stage. A little too risky whilst LGD are all alive at the moment.
Yep, doing Roche against clock is one of the hardest things. You can't do it. He'll always scout when you're missing on the map, of course. So the only way they can do Roche is by killing probably 2 heroes at least at this point. Even then, it's too early to do Roche. But yeah, that Desolator is still really good just to burst heroes, bringing down the DP so fast. Because Radiance, you know, she wants to take long fights. She wants to drain you. And she's really happy with the Desolator. She's going to be eaten up alive. But it's going to be hard to go on her because you're not going to charge on her. That's not going to happen. She's just going to use the Spirit Breaker and she's fine. But game slowing down a little bit now.
Mid lane, again FY just slightly off the mark with these hook shots.
That is a kill if he hits it. That's 2 missed kills. Pretty crucial here by him.
I mean, this is sort of one of the problems we've seen a lot of the times with the clockwork. If you're sort of unfortunate with these hook shots and don't quite find the connections, you lose a lot of momentum that this hero can offer.
You're pretty generous saying unfortunate. It's a skill.
I don't want to flame, you know. It's, I don't know, maybe his mouse slipped or something. You know?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Kuro still looking for some action with Matuma Man.
He's been in there for a long time. He's almost got double, I think.
Kuro, he's just going to charge down to the creep. They'll try for the stun, but
optimistic.
Course, yeah, a little too speedy there on the count.
Starting to go bottom to farm now. Got a haste rune.
It's just sort of a question what LGD can do with the fact that the game, as you say, has started to slow down a bit. And we'll actually find Kuro with a diffusal blade, make very quick work of him. Yeah, oh, mate.
The PL is still doing fine, right? He's top net worth. It's not like LGD is feeling like they need to do something. They're still okay. They got Beastmaster to deal with, Nikes, of course. So they're not that threatened. They just wanted to be in a better position now to get the Roche with the DP ult and so on, but they can't do that anymore.
Yeah, and one of the things, as you said earlier, this PL, they're not sort of building against it. Going for the Deso AC build on the Lifestealer, you haven't got that Radiance, as you mentioned. You don't really have the greatest ways, I guess, other than sort of the combos from the Invoker to clear through the illusions. So if Armate is able to get on top of, I would say, Miracle or Matuma Man, there's very little that they can do against sort of the mass illusions if there's any sort of follow-up lockdown from LGD. And LGD, they certainly have that with the silences and the stuns. This Armate PL, he's already sitting at the top of the net worth. He really could become just a massive issue as this game goes on to the point where Liquid's cores might not quite be able to deal with it. Bottom lane, Miracle. Want to find Xnova pushing out a lot on his own.
Yeah, you're definitely right. This Invoker is putting... Oh!
FY. Hookshot on point this time around as he cancels the charge from Kuroki. TP's coming forward onto the shrine to try and help out Kuro, but Kuro will fall. Chalice with the Roar holding back mind control. But Tumaman's going to look with the open wish towards Chalice, and there's that Deso into play. A couple of hits and Chalice is gone. There's a buyback from Kuro as he wants to keep this fight going. Arme, he's looking to play into this one though with a Diffusal Blade, focusing down GH. There's the charge by to the side, but the three-man silence comes out from Somnus. Arme turns towards Miracle with the Spirit Lance. Doppelgangers himself back. They're trying to find the correct PL. They clear out the illusions with a Deafening Blast, but Tumaman focuses him down. Arme plays around it, but he gets taken down. They've lost Arme, but there's the Cogs trapping them in. Still though, Miracle somehow alive here as LGD will end up losing 4, and Liquid can still come out on top of that fight.
I don't know how he keeps doing this. He always survives with so little health. Just got a great fight there. PL's trying to do some big plays. Successfully doing it first, luring them away, but second time he can't do it. And yeah, the long fight. Invoker has to cast a lot of spells. Ends up going really poorly, gets the Doom on the DP. She can't really commit. And yeah, not good here. Not good at all. LGD kind of fucks that up a little bit. And the way it started as well, it was very questionable. I don't understand why PL didn't just chuck out a lance on the one who was hooked, the Spirit Breaker at once. That forced Beastmaster to stay there for longer, cast the axes, and then he died to Lifestealer. Why didn't he just throw a lance there to make that faster? I'm not sure what happened there.
Miracle. He's looking towards bottom. Arme. Jumping out to the side. Miracle. He's got the blink as well to get himself away. As X-Nova and Chalice are heading down. They do have the Roar if they find eyes upon him. But Liquid, they know that LGD is sort of split up across the map. Kuro with Matuma inside him. Looking towards an attempt on the life of Somnus up top, but again, FY straight in, able to block off the charge. They've got the silence down, but in fact, FY's in trouble. He gets bursted down. Kuro still alive for now. He's going to be able to keep himself safe here for the time being. Chalice pops the Roar down onto mind control through the BKB to hold back the Doom. Liquid, can they get more out of this one? They've taken down FY, and they will be able to find X-Nova as well as Miracle comes in to add to the cleanup. The charge initially stopped there by FY, but LGD unable to do anything with it. They do protect the cores, they keep Somnus alive, but it cost them 2 lives and they're not able to take anything away from Liquid in turn.
Yep, and this game is starting to get out of control right now. DP is slightly falling behind now. Doom is getting really high farm. This is not how they want the game to start going for them. And this game could have been so different if we just hit those 2 hooks on him, on the Miracle. Miracle, look at his item build. He did not go to Force Staff.
Oh!
Oh, wow.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, wow, there you go. That's a rocket flare and a half from FY.
Back to God title there. But yeah, not going at Force Staff is so greedy. Even to this point, if he hits the hook, he's in trouble. So really cocky by Miracle, and it's paying off. But yeah, as I said, like this could have been so different if he just hit those 2 hooks. And now it's just starting to get out of control. But Peel, at least he's maintaining, but it's not enough. It's not enough for him. They need Beastmaster to get some farm as well. He's only got Necro 1 or 2, I think. So, yeah, not going too well here.
Indeed, just Necro. Level 1 at the moment. On Chalice, falling behind. Mind control. About 2.5k ahead on his own Doom.
Yeah, it's getting to the stage as well where if they get a decent fight now, they will kill Roche really quickly, which would be a huge deal at this point. Giving that immortality to Miracle, it's going to be so hard to fight for that. So really important LGD lets that not happen. And top now, he's out of position here. Beastmaster is rounded, but this is really bad.
Chalice, again, the Roar immediately after the BKB is popped from mind control. So it's another BKB charge out of him. And the charge itself with Kuro will be cancelled.
They stopped that. I don't know if he did intentionally or get Roche Bash, but that they didn't see them. We saw them, and we saw that he was kind of alone. Supports were rotating, but they probably could have killed that guy because they had Doom and BKB. So, but playing it safe, nothing wrong with that. Clock, level 12 now.
And do you like this sort of optimization from Arme and the sort of pace of game on the PL? He's got the Shadow Blade now complete. So what sort of that extra sort of elusivity to make sure that he can get himself away from being focused down by heroes like Matuma Man's Lifestealer?
Yeah, it's always a great item. This forces the enemy to buy detection, and you know, Miracle is not going to run with detection. So the cores usually don't have it, and it's just such a good to get in and out, and you trick people with your illusions. It's very really hard to kill him, and you don't have any other Invis heroes on your team, so it's just always a good items, and then you upgrade it with the stats. Great for him. The break is not super good this game, but it's all right.
Liquid on the move with this smoke. It's going to be quite hard to find something off the back of it, as LGD at the same time smoking up and looking to prepare to make a play themselves. They have Exorcism, the raw everything available for LGD if they can find the angle to allow FY to initiate with a hook shot. Towards the mid lane they go. FY, is he going to want to dive behind this tier 2? He's
spotted.
I do know he's there.
This is way too deep.
And in fact, yeah, Kuro is going to start to charge upon him on the side, though straight away Miracle gets caught out. A beautiful way for LGD to start this play, as that is Invoker gone for 60 seconds. Just catching Miracle out, off guard, up on the high ground, and a free tier 2 tower, maybe even more. They could look towards Roshan LGD here.
Very quick Roshan. And the reason he was there is because he saw the clock bottom, right? So I usually think his entire team is behind him around that area, but they were at top, Beastmaster was spread out. So, you know, it's hard to predict that, but really costly. Just like that, the game just turns around a bit and it's back to even now.
I mean, and this is sort of the weakness of the Invoker at this stage, as we talked about. If they can just hold him in place for Arme to just go to work with a Diffusal Blade on his illusions, this Invoker just melts. He disappears in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, and this is why they wanted Roche himself so much, because Invoker is, yeah, he melts, right? But if he has Aegis there, they will counter-initiate and the game, it will be completely different. So, but now, opponents have the Aegis. Really big pickup here, of course. And LGD all of a sudden feels really good. And as you mentioned as well, this Life Stealer is itemizing single target DPS only to burst out any target, especially DP who's got really low armor. He's also going to AC now. So PL is going to be a big problem for him. He can't deal with all the illusions, but he relies completely on Invoker, checking out all those spells, and we know that hero, he's got a lot of them, so, and it's in Miracle. But he feels confident, he doesn't need to do any magic damage.
It's certainly sort of panning out to be, as we you know, the panel thought it would be just a harder game for Miracle to perform on in his Invoker, as the Arme PL is looking to just have sort of almost a perfect time this time around, as he's top net worth. He's got queued up the I believe the Nullifier as well, with an extra sort of way to lock down onto the targets. Bottom lane, Liquid able to get the pressure down onto this tier 2 tower. AC completes with the Deso, and I see a lot of sieging potential from the lineup of Liquid. At top lane, LGD, they're looking to prime themselves, ready for a fight. As up they go, into the high ground of Liquid. Going for a bit of the slow siege here with the Necro units. Roki quick to charge forward and try and put a stop to it. And LGD, they'll back off for now. I know they've got a lot of time still to play around, and actually looks like Arme's changed it up a little bit. He's now actually got queued back up the Battle Fury instead of the Nullifier. So that's a little interesting, isn't it, to see him sort of go for it at this later stage of the build? Any sort of real reason why you think he's doing this?
I can't imagine why I would do that. That seems wrong in so many ways. Why would he go Battle Fury to push out lanes faster? He already pushed them out really fast, and they don't have any illusion heroes or anything, so that he's gonna change it. There's no way he goes Battle Fury.
Yeah, he could have just go for the MKB, as we've seen. He's picked up the Demon Edge, but he's got it queued up in his quick buy. So we'll see what he does follow it up to, but as you say, something like an MKB, a Daedalus, may make just a little bit more sense for him. Up top, Spirit Breaker, Kuro, caught out. Can they get anything more out of this Miracle? Will turn with a 2-man Tornado. Sunstrike not going to connect there onto FY.
Still feel like Liquid is in a good position. When it comes down to mid and late game, it's all about who initiates first. That's usually who wins the fight. And if Doom hits the BKB, if he gets the dagger, just blinks in. Doom's an important target. DP before he gets ult off or something like that. Or, you know, if he could get PL, that would be great. That's pretty hard though. But if he gets one of those, they can just run him over, right? Because then Spirit Break comes in with Nikes, and then Invoker gets to do whatever he wants. So I still feel Liquid is in a really good position here to win this game, but they can't do that against Aegis, so they need to wait that out.
And I think maybe so Arme, he does go for this Battle Fury, as we say, very much a later pickup. I imagine maybe this is LGD thinking, well, at this point of the game, pushing into high ground is going to be fairly harsh. You know, Miracle can drop these combos, sort of at this stage clear out the illusions. But LGD, they're in this position where they can control the map pretty easily, keep Liquid forced in. If they're able to just sort of keep farming, get Arme onto his, sort of, his 5th and 6th item, he's going to be at this point where he has such the Skadi, the Heartway, can fully tank up, have these incredibly beefy illusions that they can push in with. And maybe LGD just saying, well, look, we're against a lifestealer. We have a PL. We can sort of sit back. We can play this to the later stage. Just get Arme to be 6 slotted as soon as we can. Then we'll try and finish it.
Absolutely. If he gets 6 slotted, the earlier the better, of course. And he's playing against an Invoker, and spells only can do so much damage. So if he gets that 6 slot, he gets the Heart, he gets Butterfly, it's going to be really hard to kill, but I still don't like the Battle Fury. I don't think it's good. He could get other items to farm, and he already farms really fast. And when he's 6 slotted, he's going to have to sell the Battle Fury, because what does he do? The cleave is pretty relevant in fights. The region is pretty relevant. It gives him damage, but I don't like it.
We'll see. We'll see how it does pay off for him. So something just a little bit different considering the pace of this game.
Yeah.
But Arme, he's certainly had some very, very incredible performances, and his itemization is going to have its reasons.
Finding nothing here. Again, the initiation is super crucial here. Blinking from Doom. Doom a good target, will win them the fight. But yeah, finding no one.
See what he can get out of this. You say nothing as it seems they do get the scan on the high ground. They know Chalice is here. Instantly with the blink out, but Miracle will look to follow. Chalice in trouble as Kuro comes in with Matsuma. They'll bring down the Beastmaster. Can they get more? Kuro actually on the high ground, looking to play around with FY, bashing him down into the hands of Miracle, but FY hookshots himself back up to safety. Sudden strike, not going to connect. FY will keep himself safe. So LGD making sure they do only just lose the one, but it is Chalice's Beastmaster, and in return only able to take Kuro's Spirit Breaker out. But it was a smoke play from Liquid. This was Liquid trying to achieve something maybe a little bit more than just the one pick-off.
Yeah, definitely not a good pick-off there in the end. And the Doom decides to go for Shivas, which makes some sense because you want to be in the fight, give as much space as possible for Invoker, slow down the illusions, really good for that as well, but he really needs to buy a dagger. It's super important he buys that dagger, jumps in along with the Spirit Breaker. That's how they're going to win these fights. And yeah, if he doesn't buy dagger, that's definitely a mistake. Still the Battle Fury. I mean, I don't want to question him. He's a good player, but as far as I know, he never won a TI, so.
That's you're not wrong there. I mean, yeah, is obviously the big thing, because obviously this season, LGD, they are certainly proving to be one of the teams that people will pit as their favorite. Yeah, moving forward here towards the end of the season, without a doubt, with the way that they've been playing.
Lifestealer right now, he could go for Nullifier to do more with it, like just burst a target and don't let him BKB or anything. Could be a good pickup if he commits to the single target DPS he's doing. And now that they don't have Aegis anymore, you can see that Liquid is feeling confident here. They still want to fight.
And Miracle, he's just going straight in away. Looking towards Chalice, but Chalice does get the chance to put the Primal Roar out, holding Invoker back through the BKB for the time being. Turning, looking for the opportunity to get the Doom down, but it is onto a full health DP, so you'll see Somnus back up to the high ground. FY does get caught outside of the base, so Liquid, they'll find one. Can they get anything more out of this, though?
They need more. They committed Doom, only gets the clock. They use BKBs as well. They definitely should have gotten more. They're not the greatest initiation. That's why you want the Doom blink in as well.
Arme's thinking about going in on this one, at least starting to tease around with Matamis. It's a little bit risky as he's quite far ahead of the rest of his team. And it is still the full 5-man side of Liquid alive and kicking.
Yep. Good play by LG there, making sure everyone survives. And just playing it safe now. Next Roche is going to be big again, as always, with the cheese this time around. Yeah. They want to go again here.
We'll pop the dust, but Arme not quite in range of the detection. And we can see as well with Miracle's itemization, gearing up for this illusion army of PL that's consistently going to get stronger and stronger as time goes on. He's got the Mjolnir queued up on Invoker. Still quite a way away from having the goal for it, but certainly realizing that this game, it's going to go on to the point where they're going to need everything they can against this PL. Somnus getting charged upon, does get out the BKB in time, and that will be enough to keep him safe. The rest of Liquid can't follow through onto this target. Again, FY, these missed hook shots, becoming a bit of an iconic duo this game for him, but it looks like still overall it's going to work out for LGD. They've found Matuma Man, and they've found Kuro as well. The hook shot not necessary.
Yeah, and Liquid, they're trying to go for a play because they know that LGD thinking, oh, they don't have Doom. They're not going to fight us right now. We can split out a bit, and they do. And the DP is a little bit alone there, but it can't burst him because he managed to get the BKB off in time. And yeah, they just turn it there. Hook not required.
Oh, GH. He'll try for the TP, but there's no way that's going to happen in time. In fact, buying back straight away. It looks like Liquid want to make sure that they can have a chance of finding LGD around the pit. As LGD, their insurrection, 3 buybacks, in fact, coming out from Liquid. They really want to try and put a stop to this. Miracle gets the BKB out in time before the stun comes through from Xnova. Xnova being chased down here by the right clicks. He will fall. These 3 buybacks from Liquid fully going in on this focus around the Roche pit, but the ghosts are out. Can Liquid really take this fight? Somnus used up into the air, will be able to buy time for himself, but there's the combo from Miracle from the sidelines. They've got the silence here onto the PL. They're chasing him down. Can they finish off Arme? Yes, they can. Triple kill for Miracle. Arme will buy back on LGD, but Liquid, you can see how much they realize that this Roshan, it means so much at this stage of the game. They're putting everything towards it, and they're getting away with it as well. As the FY falls, they're trying to contest this LGD, but now Arme, he's brought back, but he's all on his lone. Can he really do this as the lone PL? I don't know if he can. He's managed to find Miracle. So that's one of them, but Miracle buying back. Liquid doing everything in their power to take control at this stage, and the Sunstrike, it's not even going to be necessary. Matuma Man will finish off the kill. That's a dieback on Arme. Liquid now with control at the pit. They wanted that Roshan so bad, Bulldog, and they absolutely got away with it.
Holy fuck, that guy is aggressive. He really wish he had one more hero there, because he was almost doing 5 versus 1 there. We just had one more hero. And yeah, that Roche is super important, and everyone just buybacks for that. And as I said, they just jumps on LGD, blink in with Doom, and they just run them over. They can't find him. The single target DPS by Lifestealer just shreds that DP alive.
And I can't help but feel, Bulldog, maybe more questions are being asked as this game goes on about that Battle Fury pickup. Maybe if it was sort of a starter like a butterfly, such if he's able to sort of kill off these heroes just that little bit quicker in these fights, it would end up going a bit better for LGD, but we're at a position now where LGD, they have no PL. Arme gone for a minute. Liquid with the fruits of Roshan ready to push as they'll force out the fortification, and they'll stick around for more. Matuma Man, and he's stunned here. Mind control jumps forward with the Shiva's Guard. They get the silence out onto 2. But Liquid don't care at all. They'll hold their ground, push on forward, but Timmerman getting Sales ferried out to him at this stage to allow him to take down the melee racks mid. And they'll look for more, of course. Still this time, without the Warrior of Arme being in the game. Straight down to the tier 3 tower, down bottom. The rest of LGD trying their best to push Liquid back, but they just can't. With the Deso and AC on Matuma Man, he makes short work of another set of melee racks. FY, he'll hit the hook shot this time, but I don't know if it'll be for the good of his own health as he's getting focused by Matuma Man. Will be able to force back. LGD trying their best to fight this. They've managed to take down Miracle. That is Miracle gone for a full 110. Can they get more out of this? They look towards mind control. They've found the tomb. Here they go for more. Chalice buying back. They've taken down Matuma Man once. Can they get him again? This is going to be a long time where Liquid do not have buybacks available. Matuma Man, he tries with the TP out, but the root is there. They get the control. The RNG's Chalice summons up his army, and he gets the troll summon up.
He gets the troll out of all the creeps. RNG, any buybacks on Doom here, that's not...
And now the game's turned on his head.
This is like what happened all the other games.
This final, there's been so many throws, Bulldog.
Can they stop dying at the racks? What? And they're gonna force buybacks right now.
But they can't, and they haven't got them.
But can they actually end the game here?
They might be able to.
They probably don't recognize that they don't have buybacks.
I know they would, because they saw them around the pit. It was just around the pit where you had the buybacks on Miracle and such. They know that. They know for sure that he doesn't have it. So LGD straight down the mid lane.
Oh my God!
And they're going for the game. They know.
They know.
They know that they can't go back at FY. He'll get the hook shot onto GH. Back to base you go, Sonny Jim.
This can't be happening.
These games, back and forth, and this is LGD closing it up. Surely mind control will jump forward with the Doom. Can he really put a stop to this, though? I don't know if he can. He'll get the BKB out in time, but he'll fall. He's gone for 100 seconds. LGD. Tier 4's taken. Kuro offers up his life on a platter as LGD. They've absolutely done it here in this game 3. Fortification isn't going to do anything because Liquid, everybody's dead. No one's coming back into this game. And what on earth is happening in this finals, Bulldog? This is some crazy, crazy Dota, back and forward, questionable plays, entertaining plays from both teams. But what is this?
If that's not a throw, I don't know what it is anymore. How did they keep doing this? Unbelievable.
The third time.
They had the game just like that game 1. That was it. They just back off, play safe. They don't have any buyback, so why do they play like that? And somehow he still wins with the Battlefield. Definitely wrong choice. The Battlefield was not the choice, but
it paid off. He did it.
Some sloppy plays by everyone, and I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see what the panel have to say about that game.
I'm sure we're going to have some very interesting sort of conversation topics from the panel with